problem with this is some say sine and some say cos. What am I better to do? Am I better to write them all as cos, or am I better to write them all as sine? I'd have to turn that into a cos and that into a cos to have all cos. So it's much easier to turn that into a sine. And easy little golden rule. Let's say you think to yourself, I'm terrible, terrible, terrible at these. Then you start seeing the pattern, and the pattern is, I want them to all say the same thing. What can you do? Simple rule is, are you brainwashed with that just becomes that? No, it's not there, is it? So do I go over here and say, if we had sine squared theta plus cos squared theta, and Matt, this is where I want you to really talk straight to me. Are you comfortable with that? Or do you keep forgetting, or do you go, leave me alone, I know that. No. Yeah. So I'm working on the fact that I want to help you to memorise that to the point that it sinks into your brain. I really should go. You want to do it? You know, I'm going to do bit of old thinking was, really. Have you seen me do it before? They used to say close your eyes and picture it. It was one of the techniques of memorisation. Matt, are your eyes closed? Mine are. Come on, Matt, answer me.
Sure.
Yeah. Can you see it in your head?
Yeah.
Sine squared plus cos squared equals 1. And they'd say take a picture of it. It was like, you can open your eyes. They were talking about techniques of memorisation. And then they used to say, picture it moving in your brain. I don't know where I got it from. I'm a load of rubbish. Okay, so Matt, if I then say, if I go take sine squared theta, you okay with what I'm doing now?
Yeah.
I don't think you hesitate with, once you got that, reading that. And if I went a step further, I'd like to say here that it bothers me a little bit when I put 2 on the one flashcard. So maybe I should go to a different colour and go. So, really in the long run though, I want you just seeing that. That bit there. Now Jordan, if you look at that now, did you know what to do then?
Yeah.
So it's that first step. Now I talk about triggers. So I am going to trigger your brain off. There's these type that I had here a minute ago, and there's those type. What makes this different? It's got sines and it's got causes. Go over this one over here, it all just said cos. What's the extra step? We're going to use this to change it. Then the rest is easy. So Matt, I reckon at that point you'll just go, I'm going to try to read your brain for a second. Would you just do this? I'm not sure if I'm reading your brain correctly, so you got to tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, just write it across.
Yeah, and you wouldn't even think about that plus stuff and that.
And then just factor out.
Yeah. How good is your factorising? Like, you just look at that and go, easy peasy, I'm going to get that. Or is still a bit of a hesitation? It's annoying, isn't it? So you're going to have a sign.
Maybe science.
Yeah. And one of them's got to have a 2 as well. Does your brain understand why that's true?
Yeah.
No. Now, a 1's got to be a 1 and a 1.
Yeah.
And you've got a choice of which one's negative. There is one fail-proof method. You go this, ready? If you're expanding that out, that's a 2 sine squared. We don't have to think about it. That's the -1. We don't have to think about it. So that by that would be like a little mental check, 2 sine theta. That by that would be -1 sine theta. So what's that? Take that.
Sine theta.
And we don't want it, we want a, and then you can just go, well that should have been a plus and that should have been.
Plus and that's minus.
And you can leave that there. If we see it, then kids cross it out like, oh no, I've written something I don't want the, no, we just leave it there. Then it's easy. Or is it? Do you still hesitate on this? You don't, do you? 1, 2.
Sine theta is half.
Easy. So are we going to use that? Or are we going to use this one? 45? I can see that look. Your brain went into the processing, where do I put what? Like, then they do another flashcard. I've got to do it, Matt. You know what's stupid? I'm going to write that in red and it's obvious. Did I finish the triangle? Is there any doubt in your mind what's on the hypotenuse? So, this one talking lately about, after teaching a long time, pictures and triggers. What triggers your brain off? That triggers your brain off. Ready? Being the structure. You're really comfortable with it, aren't you? Like you'd never forget it again. You'd be 65 years of age and you'll go sine squared plus cos squared equals 1.
Cool.
Josh.
Quick question. What
Yes.
is sine negative half equal to? Is it
So it depends what the question you're asking me. The sine theta is negative a half. You're asking me what the angles for that? Yeah, that's what it is. So that one's going to be 2 sine theta plus 1 equals 0. Sine theta equals 1. How easy are you at that, Josh? Between 0 and 360? So it's only
I
at.
have a good memory of that.
I see it in my head.
Not things that are actually.
If someone can't see it in their head,
Yeah, I don't know.
there's various ways to think. One is unit circle. So there it is, 90 degrees will give us a 1. You see that in about any hesitation. This one is 2 sine theta equals minus 1. You don't have to show the working. Josh, you go straight to that's minus a half.
Good.
So if we got rid of the 1 and we got rid of the 2, we have minus a half. Now, Josh, that's where everyone mucks up. By the way, the video I set for spec this week to watch at home is that. Interesting. Okay, exactly that. So you get a chance to look at it and go slowly. So what have we got? I am going to say peekaboo. Ready? Cover that over. I'm going, oh, boo, there's a minus. Oh, wait, I'm being idiot. So, what would that be?
Sine half is 30.
You don't even hesitate then. But it's not a half. I'm going to use this expression. I'm thinking about all over the years. Okay, this is talking about, so what sine of what gives us half? It's talking about 30 degrees. And I'm going to write this in the notepad. Which 30 degrees? I'm going to go to this thing there. There's one here, there's one there, there's one there and one there. So there's a 30, there's another 30, there's another 30, there's another 30.
You want the bottom.
So it's going back to this, saying we're 30, but the answer's not 30, the answer is we're talking about 30. So I'm trying to come up with something for negatives. Maybe that's my new one, talking about 30. Put it in my brain and go, we're talking about 30. And when I think you guys are all okay on this, I know the half you aren't. But I had 30 of you here, and I know there was 15 people still going. Even if they're good at the maths. You comfortable now? Yeah, your brain was. So Josh, that's really obvious. Maybe I've got to do that all the time. So it can't be here, it can't be there, so it's those two. So that's 180 plus 30, so we've got 210. And that's 360
330.
minus 30, yeah, 330. Oops, 330. So there's 3 answers, 90, 210 and 330. The stupid part is, if I got, oh, let's do one. 90 is the easy one. What's the sine of 90? Square it. What's the sine of 90? We're going to subtract them. What's the cos of 90?
0.
Square it.
0.
So it has,
That's
looking at,
fabulous.
isn't it, looking at your eyeballs, it's like that just clicked for the first time. Maybe you've been in the past.
1 minus 1.
Yeah.
And we're having so much trouble with it.
Yeah.
What?